I see.
We enjoyed it.
Thank you, Miss Ingrid.
I had to come late, but when I walked in, first of all, when I walked in, Lee was talking. I thought he was. Yeah. But that didn't surprise me. But no, I really enjoyed what he had to say, Mr. Ramon Tukes.
Yes.
I think what I liked the most was that he was so down to earth and transparent that, it was literally nothing that we could think of or that the audience could think of that he wouldn't address. So I really like that.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a no fluff guy, which sometimes puts us in our place. Because he literally, how he said, like, let's talk about your fears. Oh yeah, he's like, let's talk about these fears. Like, what are your fears? Why is that your fear? That's a cop out. That's what he'll tell us. It's a cop out.
Oh, he said, Chris, I don't even know what his IG look like, but Chris says his IG 5'2".
You do know his IG look like he showed you last night.
Yeah, like he was showing me like his sequences and stuff. It was kind of fun. I ain't gonna lie.
You just made me mess up what it's called. It's not called a sequence.
What it's called?
Oh my gosh, Jasmine, what is it called? Aesthetics. Thank you. His aesthetics. That's what that means. Yeah.
We got aesthetics.
Yeah, we do. We have a color aesthetics.
Yeah. He got a material aesthetic.
Yeah. He does that every 3 posts.
We're not even gonna get into a social media class tonight. I'm sorry.
We're not.
But that was good to know, Chris, that he gave you some value on his IG. And he was excited too, y'all. Like, he was so happy to talk to y'all.
He
was. He really enjoyed himself. And
seeing you guys,
seeing y'all, and it was crazy. Like, he was still fired up when we went and ate dinner.
And he was fired up this morning when we talked to him.
He said that early this morning. He was good. So y'all gave him some energy too.
Yep, he rode back to Atlanta last night. I think he got there about 2:33-ish. 2:33 our time, because we were still up.
We was.
Yeah, we stayed up to make sure he got home. And then he was like, I'm walking in the door, and I was literally tapping that.
All right. So we done fluff for 15 minutes.
Or so.
How about 15? Let's talk to us. Anybody got challenges right now that they're facing? They want to talk about? Any place that you're stuck? Anything that we can help you with? We didn't get any questions, so we straight to open up the floor.
We kind of got questions.
Oh, I'm sorry, ain't my part.
No. We kind of got questions, but they said they would talk about it on you.
Okay. Well, that's your part, so you can handle it. I'm talking too much. I'm happy. I do that sometimes.
Let's go, you guys. Hit us up with the questions then. Hit us up with the comments, questions.
We're happy to start.
Let's go.
So I think Lee proposed that maybe we talk about the project that we have on the table with Hardin Road. And we are being completely transparent. So anything that you want to, however you want to approach it in terms of the numbers, if you can run the numbers or whatever.
Let me ask you this question real quick. Do y'all have pictures of Hardin Road or video
on your computer?
Yeah, we got them on the drive.
Can you share that drive?
If we make you a host, can you share it?
So you might be trying to.
No, can I send it to you? I mean, we could probably do it, but you don't do that.
Can you
Let me just send it
so we can actually have some pictures to go off.
Okay. All right. Who am I sending it to?
Send it to DP Home Buyer.
Okay. Got it.
You know what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
We want to see this.
All right, so we're gonna come back to once we get the picture.
Let's go, baby. Yeah. Let's go.
Somebody else?
Miss Thomas, did you guys get it worked out with the Realtor.com?
Yeah, that didn't.
I don't know what was happening. I put the address in because BJ was asking me for some numbers on this one property. And so the first thing I wanted to do was to go look at comps. And I remember I was supposed to go to realtor.com. When I went and put the address in, the ones it was bringing up had a very similar like street number and name, but it was a different zip code. It wasn't in the same area. And I was like, how do I get it to give it to me in the right zip code? Like it had to, there's basically the same street name in a 35212, and it was showing me all of the ones for 35212, and I needed to see it from 35208.
Let's put it in.
Well, that was a two
Yeah,
total different.
separate area.
But everything that it brought up had the same street name. It was so weird. And I was like, but that's not the right zip code.
Oh. Let's maybe play around with it and see if we can look at it. Go to Realtor and see from Realtor to see is it a user error or a system
BJ said it's a user error.
error.
He said it was me.
It was a user error.
Let me find the address. Hold on.
Do you have to be logged in? You have to log in?
Mhm.
Okay. Wanna make sure.
It is 916 46th Street and 35208.
All right, drop down.
Was that the house?
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's it.
Drop down, looking more. Nearby home value. I see.
I don't look that way.
And I don't know how to get it to take me to 35208.
I usually look at the map.
Go
There's
up,
a-
You might be
there's a-
logged
Yeah.
in. Oh, that's right.
But I thought they said to try Realtor.
There's a map up there.
Yeah.
There we go.
This is what I usually look at.
Can you tell me where that, what did you just do?
This one.
Under neighborhood.
Neighborhood.
Neighborhood, okay. Okay. I went where you went the first time and okay.
I
So
usually go
that
to
wasn't
the
a user
list too.
error. That was
No.
a system error.
Say it
but
louder so my husband hears you. Say it again.
Not a user error, because we got the same thing.
Okay, okay, I'll do this.
You should have told him to find it then. Like I said, Tokyo, you find
He was
it.
driving. Yeah, he was driving and he said, and he was like, no, it's on there, but he says that he uses, I guess you use this map.
Yeah, I use the map.
I didn't know to use the map. I went to the, okay, but I'll use, okay. And I wasn't gonna use, so I was looking for anything that was a +1 because I think it's a 2-1. So I was looking at either 3 1s or 2 2s.
Okay, let's get some real live training here. Let's hit one, Yaz, and you tell us, will we throw it in the barrel or will we not throw it in the barrel?
Too many square feet.
Yeah, it's almost double the square feet.
Okay, won't throw that one in the barrel.
I wouldn't with this one because it's a 4-2 and this is a 2-1.
Okay,
That's still too big.
It's also contingent. So we're
Yeah.
looking for actual sales because it could.
About 600 feet.
So is there a way to filter so that you only see recently sold and not those that are under a contingency, like a contract or something?
I'm so spoiled now.
Yeah, I am too. I think you're only getting the actives right here.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind, but I just remember you guys saying that you really don't know what it's gonna end up being, even, if it's contingent at that price.
Yes, I agree. So you need to, I wouldn't,
I usually look at it from that list. That's how I see the sold ones, but that list is picking up the 212 zip code.
Yeah,
and I usually use it on my phone in transparency. I have the app. And
oh,
And I know I haven't used it in a minute.
That one right there, I mean, I know it's pending, but the one that you just clicked off from,
The 144, the 141.
I don't
141.
remember how much it was. Is it that one? That one, it's close in square foot, and it's a 3-1 and 2-1, so.
It don't like it's remodeled though. What's the address? What's-
916 46th Street.
46 Street, Ansley.
I keep playing with you. Okay. There's a filter on the app version.
Oh, really? It tells the year that was built?
It tells you that you can do the just sold.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was, once I plugged the address in, it will populate. It pops up in the map. And what I did was I made it. I don't know if that's smaller or bigger. I zoomed out, and then I hit filter, and then I hit just sold in the top right hand corner, and then I hit view homes.
Okay.
You turn your camera on? Turn your phone on?
Change to see what it looks
Hey, let me ask you this. While I was driving around that area, I saw a few homes that possibly looked like they could be for sale, but I noticed a lot of them had fire damage. What's
I'm sorry. Hold up. Technical difficulties has to be there.
I think she's showing her phone.
like. This did.
Say it again, Mr. BJ.
Now, I was just asking you for your take on the homes with the fire damage. I saw a couple of them look like they're about to hit the market, but they had fire damage to them. I was over there off of Avenue I near Miles.
I know exactly where you were. In the home.
I'm doing it.
I haven't done a fire damage property personally.
Yes, you have.
What?
The well.
But that was officially fire.
Yes, it
I
was.
repaired a kitchen on a fire damage, but
Okay.
it was real fire where it's smoke damage all throughout.
The well.
Knowingly.
The well. How's the smoke out?
But I know people that can make a lot of money doing them. I assume it's the same process, just a lot more money.
Okay.
So I mean, you can get them for the right price. Entertain it.
A lot of times they want you to use ServPro with these fire damage homes to make sure that a company really tests to make sure that they got all the smoke and fire damage out the house so that it doesn't mess up the new people from the inhaling of it.
Are you saying ServPro?
ServPro, ServPro.
Property. You did. Oh my God. Yeah, that's a suck one because usually you can get those comps from that.
You used to be able to get it from here. Wait, are we in the just sold section? Copy that address. We're in the buy section, not the just sold. You can do it on the desktop. I just remembered. It's a
Go back.
go to realtor.com at the top. Okay. You're not used to my computer.
Oh, I'm from saying it's your computer.
You know what? You're gonna have to repeat.
Yeah, I got it.
Just sold right
Just so, oh, that's it right there.
Right,
there. I
yeah.
had to
Come back.
think that through
Oh, in the same.
because Kroger, me and Kroger had
Yes.
this
Oh man.
had this
Thank you.
issue. One of my interns had this issue.
I'm not
You
sure.
went back to.
Oh, we didn't even show you guys our aha moment. All right. So you go back to realtor.com and then you just sold.
Gotcha.
and then search.
Yeah, I know, like I usually just use the map, like it's usually easy.
And it looks
Gotcha.
exactly the same. Minus the sold.
Mhm.
I feel.
It's been
I
so
feel
long. It has
man.
been
Like
so
I don't
long.
even look at.
Spoiled brat.
Oh man.
Now neighborhood.
Now we can learn something. I'm sorry I took y'all time up because I don't know my own stuff.
No, they won't.
Me,
Mhm.
everybody in the club.
Did it?
So what's y'all thought? What's your thoughts on the house, Mr. BJ? Did you go in?
No, it was actually locked. I just kind of drove around, took a peek at it, and I just noticed there was some fire damage. And I got the agent to send me some pictures. It looked like he started rehabbing on it already. But I mean, it's on a nice little street.
Mhm. I think he's back at it, not to just sell anymore. Recently sold.
What's some numbers on it, Mr. Thomas?
That's my part. And I hit a roadblock. Once I figure this out though, I'll be able to get it for him.
Yeah, I believe that address is screwed up, so I don't. It's not your fault, Miss Thomas. I believe that address. The system don't like this address. I ain't never had this before. Live and you learn. I can. We're gonna RPR it real quick for you though.
Okay, I don't want to take, I know the Baileys are ready, but
2 minutes.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're here to listen. Do your thing.
916.
thank you.
What is 916?
46th Street, Inslee 35208.
No, this is why we kind of like the classes how we like them, because we can dig deep, and everybody ain't got 100 questions, but if you need help, we here.
Well, this look like our first house.
This look nice.
Mhm.
Look good to me. Now I don't like that it's a 2-1. It's 1,000 square feet, but it looks good though. Look like money.
It does.
What
Yeah,
is
you
that?
got 50. Mr. Thomas, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Boy, you looking. Boy, you looking. Boy, you
I told you.
Boy, you is looking.
You're
consistently
consistently
looking.
finding.
Finding solid.
Trying to get a hold of something.
This app right here is the one that you guys have special privileges for, right? This isn't something else. Okay.
So what I would do in a situation like that is, if you can't pull it on RPR, did something funny like that, I'll reach out to Yaz or
Send a message in the group for
yeah.
Yas and
Is
see.
there any realtors available to do a comp real quick?
Okay.
And send them a message. I'm sure somebody will help you. Even if we can, if we can help you, kind of like I did earlier, just send me the message, send me the address, and I can kind of look it up real quick. If realtor.com have you a little off.
Okay. What is RVM?
I don't know.
It's their value, but it doesn't mean that it's sold. It just
Oh,
like a
okay.
system value.
Yeah, I was looking for factual.
Is that what 1,200 square feet, 73,000?
I'll add it in.
Throw it in there for now. But my first reaction when I come to an area, I'm going to all the houses first.
Yes,
I'm
except for the ones that say like 1.2 mil.
yeah, I'm going to the high ones first to see if any of that match what I got going on.
Gotcha.
Okay. 3-2
What is this, 2-1?
But it's plus two.
plus 2.
It's
I
plus
probably
two.
leave it out.
That's a plus one.
Plus it's an RBM though, so that one ain't
Oh
sold.
yeah, it's not for real.
Does ABM mean sold? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 1,000 square feet. Maybe just to see if we have to.
No,
Antonio, you said you're going to the what first?
I'm going to my high numbers first.
It's active.
I'm going to the highest comps in the area first. And I work my way down. So sometimes I don't even get to the low numbers because if I get 3 solid comps, I ain't even going to the low numbers. I feel good. So I'm gonna always start when I hit it on, I'm gonna always start 3-2, 1,200 square feet. I'm gonna leave it off for now. Just
yeah. Because it was 3-2, so it's a plus two.
No, it's in the top left corner.
3-2. All right, so this is where your if thens come into play. All right. So if you're going off the first way that I taught, we would leave this property off because it's a 3-2 and it's a +2 system. But the
Mhm.
square foot is good, so I'm gonna keep it in mind. But if I've already hit 3 or 4 high properties, I might have to come back to this one because the square foot situation.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna throw it in there because I ain't getting too many other good options right now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because that is kind of right now. That's about the best options I'm getting.
What I'm thinking is you probably can make it at least a 2-1.
So
at
at least a
3-1.
3-1. So what I'm thinking, like my lovely wife just said, is I might have to at least make it a 3-1 to get comparable.
Mm-hmm.
So that way I'm not +2. I'm only +1. Because it's some kind of way that they got a 3-2 in a 900 square foot house. How-
Right.
Yeah.
It's an office space. It's
I
an
don't know.
office space.
So what I am seeing is 3-2 is kind of standard. So I'm more so starting to look for square foot now. Let's make sure that I'm in a good square foot. I'm gonna find a way to add a 3rd bedroom if possible to be comparable. So I'll use that one. Anything else?
So walking through that East Lake one actually put me in that frame of mind because when I saw it was a 2-1 and I was looking for comps and I was thinking about not going to +2, I started thinking about how quickly you guys were coming up with adding a bedroom in that other one.
Mhm.
So I immediately thought we could make this into, if we go this way, we can make it into a 3-1, which would
So
be
it's-
easier than a 2-2 because it seems like making a bedroom is easier than making a bathroom.
It definitely is. It definitely is.
And like we said at the house, once you do it, it starts coming to you.
It does.
It starts, and I'm not gonna say natural, but you start thinking like that before you even realize that you're thinking, okay, what do I have to do to get to this value? At least I could be +1. I might not be a 3-2, but a 3-1, I ain't gonna be too far.
Mhm.
3-1, 1,200. I'll throw that in there to see what I'm working with.
Active, though.
It's active. I was gonna say it's not sold.
I'm gonna put it in there.
So
I
I would definitely
Keep my eyes on it.
I'll definitely keep my eyes on it.
The biggest risk that I take I'm conservative. I'm real conservative. But the biggest risk I would take is when I have 2 sold comps that are really good and I have 1 contingent.
Gotcha.
That usually, now it's a risk, but I'd be willing to take that risk because usually it's taking me to a total different price point. Because if that house sell even close to that other active property that's high, now I bought my house at a way lesser value compared to what they are.
Mhm.
So people come behind me, now it's really 3 sold comps. So now they like, okay,
This gotta be
this
it.
got to be it.
Mhm.
But sometimes I do forecast that way and say, I got 2 good ones and I got one. That's got to be contingent. If it's active, I ain't messing with it. But if it's contingent, that's about the most dice on the road.
Okay.
3-1. I put that in there. Little bigger square foot. So I'm not gonna say you don't have comps. You don't have any ideal comps,
Hmm.
but I think that you can kind of go through and get a feel.
I would say go through and look and see if it's possible to make it a 3
Mhm.
or even a 3-2.
Yeah. So right now, what I am thinking, if you're in my head, I'm thinking, how do I make this a 3-2? Without walking the property, without doing anything, because I'm thinking, how do I make it a 3-2? So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back to all those comps that had 3-2. And I'm gonna click them because in my head, I'm going to make this a 3-2 until the house tells me I can't.
Gotcha. You would do this sight unseen, even if you haven't been inside.
This is exactly how I would do it. Sight unseen. I'm gonna go back up in. So now in my head, I'm really not comfortable about I don't say none of them, but I'm not feeling really good about most of the comps. Just
Mhm.
transparent. 73, that ain't gonna help me at all. Even at 83 up there, it ain't gonna help me at all. So I'm saying now, okay, I got a 3-2, I got 1,000 square feet. I'm 1,200, I ain't gonna do that. What's the 195? Whatever was. That's active, I won't do that. Is it pending? I'll click in to see if it's pending or not, but I don't think it's pending right now. Okay, let's see. Nope, active. So not even looking at it. It's in my mind, but I'm not looking at it. I probably won't do that. That's 1,200 square feet. RVM. So that's about it. So right now I'm saying before I walk into this property, I'm saying I got a 3-2. My rehab is $30,000 because I got to add a bathroom. Can I make the numbers work? I'm gonna try to narrow down the comps and see where I'm at. What we got, yes? We got
119.
119, 126.
Oh, I thought you was going on the side.
On 126, if I'm a 3-2, I feel good about 126 comp. I keep that.
That's the 913.
And it's smaller than mine, so I'm really feeling good about that.
Mhm.
119, 3-1, 1,200 square feet. I don't feel really good, but I'm not gonna throw it out yet. 3-2, 1,100 square feet. I feel better about that house.
Yeah.
So right now I feel like I got 2 solid.
Mhm.
107,
3-2.
3-2. I feel good about that. So I'm gonna go take that 1,200 off. Was that the
Too
fourth
big.
one? So
How far off with the square feet do you start feeling like that's too far off?
for me, 200.
Okay. Good job.
100, yeah, but at 2, that's another room for real.
Okay. Gotcha.
And when you guys talk about adding another bedroom or bath, are you saying like adding to the existing footprint or you all? Okay.
Yeah,
Because I was going to say adding on to the house, that can turn into.
yeah. So we ain't adding on. We're just rearranging the current footprint.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
knocking the wall down and framing up something.
Are we
something
building a wall
Yeah,
up
we
inside
doing-
of a wall?
Yeah, so we doing
Okay.
something within the framework of that house.
Yes. That
Okay.
was a good question.
Great question.
Got you.
So I got 3 comps. I got 126, 107, and 107. What would my ARV be?
What are the numbers again? What numbers did he say?
126, 107,
Call it again, Antonio.
126, 107, and 107.
And your question was, what would the
What's
R be?
what's my potential ARV?
113.
113 is what I'm doing my numbers off of. It's less than
Six.
one.
Huh?
It is less than the 165, 180 mark. So I'm gonna do it at 65% ARV, 65% all in.
All right. So you at 73,
Minus repairs.
73, 73.6, 74.
All right.
All right, minus repairs.
I'm gonna minus 30,000
All
for my
right.
repairs. That's just sight unseen, basic stuff. I didn't see anything out of the RAM in those pictures.
Damn it, what was it?
73.6 minus 30,000.
So that's my MAO. MAO.
43. 43.6.
What about the minus?
They probably gonna get a $35,000 offer from me.
Okay.
That's sight unseen. Right now, I can make an offer and I can feel confident about it.
So have you guys made an offer on this yet?
Oh no,
Okay.
no.
But
When he said run the numbers, I immediately was like, let me try to do this because I want to be able to have the spreadsheet set up. As soon as he does it, I can pull it up. But then I couldn't pull up comps, and I was like, I'm stuck.
gotcha. So now keep in mind that 113 is conservative. There was room for improvement of 120, 120. I mean, there was some room, but I'm not even gonna do my numbers off of it.
Cause you
I,
don't,
I like being conservative.
yeah.
Yeah. So
I'd rather
And the promise
underestimate.
to deliver. I look so cute.
It's a cute little house.
I didn't expect that.
I did, that's why I had,
Oh, okay.
it look good.
Yeah.
Huh?
yeah.
This is one of the comps.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I had to close that in there.
Lunch room and bathroom in the same area.
That thing's small.
Well,
It's less than 1,000.
They got the
square foot.
three, it's the one
No
with the
shower.
3, 2, ain't
That's not shower. Ain't no
Hey,
shower.
which one is
Oh,
this?
no, 11.
11. So it's a little bit. That much bigger.
Look, the bed and the dresser right there.
You can't even walk by.
So.
That looks good. These pictures are raggedy.
So the area is good.
It's great for $100,000 house.
For real.
125. It's a good rental for somebody.
I'm talking about the pictures.
Tell how they
God
shape
would
it.
look like the quality.
It's 125. Who you want to sit out
Like
there?
they tried to.
What's
do-
Austin? What's the guy you want to see?
I want them to see Danny
You
out
wanna
there.
see Danny
Send
Austin
Danny out
take a
there.
picture of the
Send Danny
$100,000
out there.
house?
Right now. Send Danny out there.
That ain't gonna cost
Hey,
you.
what's the rents on that one?
We ain't got that far.
Down, do it.
Well, let's see the rent. Let's go to Zillow and see the rent. So, just FYI now, if you don't see questions, we just go down a rabbit hole somewhere.
Consider this your strategy, guys.
Hey, we just go down a rabbit hole somewhere, and where it leads us, it leads us.
Oh man, 916.
Yeah.
Shaq,
Yes.
tell us the address one more time.
49. Hold on. What is that?
It's 916 46th Street.
46.
Go ahead, 916.
So now we in Zillow now, right? So we're in
Mhm.
Zillow.
They're in trouble, right?
Potentially
Oh, in trouble.
Zillow.
Zillow. Yeah, they just got a Lee just posted they got their
It's on your
lawsuit.
They
screen.
got a lawsuit?
Lee just posted it.
What? I missed it.
They
What
just
happened?
put this up there. This is on this street.
All right, so we got this 3-1. It's a lot of square feet. It's 1,800. They probably counting their basement. It's 895.
You can see it on
Still on the phone. How's the links? No, I'm still on the phone.
That's Fairfield. That's 3506.
It's right across the street.
Is it?
Yep.
What's going on?
Keep going.
Keep going
Out.
down.
Yeah, keep going out.
Oh, it's giving, we're going to a zip, another zip code now. Me never know.
Fairfield, that area is
Okay, there
Fairfield,
we go.
for real.
Go out some.
Even though it say Bellevue Heights
And it say-
35208.
Right, and it
It's
say
Fairfield.
Inslee.
Am I lying, Lord? That's Fairfield.
But we don't wanna go.
I'm sensitive about Fairfield. Bellevue Heights is not Fairfield. But look, it does border Miles College. I mean, you know, so I mean, I get what he's saying.
You couldn't tell me I wasn't in Fairfield when I went to Bellevue Heights. When I was in school, Bellevue Heights. Yes. Don't start that.
They just put this up a minute.
They just put 1,159 a month, 1,100 square feet. I think that's a great comp
That's a
right
great
there.
comp on Wesley.
$1,060, 1,100 square feet. That's a pretty good comp. Some that's not redid.
1050 or 3-1.
1050 or 3-1. I repeated you like a mannequin.
Yeah,
Six
it's on top.
bedroom. Get out.
Apartment.
All right, so you got three.
So
So
you got 1050. You got 1060 and 1159. Divide that by 3. $10.50,
1060.
1060, 1159. Divided by 3. So,
1089?
yep, 1089. I would increase that by $100. And I'll probably do close to 1,200.
hit that
1 minute.
that 1 minute ago. Let me see how comparable it is.
Not always.
Not on West. What you mean?
Mhm.
Very
So
comparable.
it is comparable, but in my eyes, why my property won't be comparable is because go back up.
It'll be more updated.
My countertops
Will be
are
granite.
butcher block or granite. I'm not using for my countertops.
And then I'm not using these old water fixtures either.
Yeah, I got a nice water fixture.
I got better light.
Peel and stick.
I don't have peel and stick vinyl flooring. I'm gonna have tile and a backsplash. So yeah, I'll probably go 1,200, 1,250. How did we get that? So what we did was we added all 3 of them up. We did it the same way we do for sale comp. We added them all up, divided by 3, and then I increased it by $100 because I'm doing a real rehab.
Yeah, so
Yeah, this one just looks neat, right? Like it's not redone because it looks kind of
it's
dated.
just clean,
Yeah,
nice.
it's just neat. Yeah,
Mhm.
not,
Redone, but it's rental redone.
I think
it's
that's
like an
a,
apartment.
yes, that's a key way to say it. It's a rental apartment is redone. Compared, I'm finna move into this house.
Ooh.
Okay, they did a little better.
Yeah,
Floors
yes,
are
'cause they got
good.
real
They
wood
got-
floors.
see, you went too fast, but to go back to the other reason you gotta use for real.
Oh, this is right here.
The other reason that I want to compare is I'm gonna have a hard surface in my living area. The kitchen
Okay.
will pile of hardwood or laminate at least. that walk-in area, the living room is gonna be hardwood or laminate. So
Mhm.
now this isn't bad. This
It's
is
actually
pretty good,
Mhm,
honestly, compared to most. But that's why it's at 1159.
mhm.
So if you like I said, we're gonna add 100, but if we end up at 1159, I won't be mad because this is the top of the market, and it isn't that bad.
Gotcha. Sit down, Cole.
So like the thing about this kitchen, there's no backsplash. The countertops are laminate countertops. All they did was spray these cabinets because they kept the old knobs and hinges. The dang on
even
knobs
got
are
hinges
painted
now.
on the top ones. Look, they painted. And then that's some old kitchen tile.
Old kitchen tile.
But the wood flooring does look good.
The
No,
door,
no
they
vanity
probably put a
mirror.
mirror in there. I'm looking at the doors also. They got the old school doors. They don't have new 6-panel doors. That gives you an up-to-date feel.
And then it's an old tile.
I give them a 5 for trying in the bathroom, but they probably paid 50 cents for that tile. So it's a cheap.
Definitely a rental. Now that's a better grade rental.
Yes, that's a little better than the other one,
Yeah,
but it's still not what we would do.
yeah.
If I
What
go
you
in there and
guys are
spend
doing.
30, my 30 gonna look a whole lot different.
So yeah, that's why I would go about 1,200, 1,250. You can even go 1,225. That thing's ugly.
And keep in mind, you can always come down.
Yes.
Hey, now we talking,
Oh.
see? And this
Yeah.
was the one I thought was gonna be trash.
Yeah, it look ugly from the outside.
Now this is good.
Nah, this is it.
This is it. This is what 30,000 look like.
Definitely.
I mean, bathrooms kind of whatever sometimes, but
No,
this
that
is
looks good.
this is what $30,000 would look like. Ideally, I would want to paint that undercoat to make it look a little cleaner
in the
but
basement.
in the basement. But this is a pretty good comp. 3-1. How many square feet is it?
10 by
Right
3,
there.
yeah.
I mean, so that's a real good comp.
Okay.
I'm surprised it's been on the market for 30 days.
Maybe it's because it's like a church, it's like
The
an old
outside
church.
didn't look good because I knew that
I
was
mean,
gonna
look
be
at the
bad.
siding coming off.
Yeah, so like the other houses had better outside
Yeah.
compared to this one, but this one inside is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my outside and inside gonna be nice.
They used to be a
Did that,
church.
did that help you guys out?
It helped a lot.
Yeah,
Helped
Yeah.
a lot. Thanks.
yeah.
Any other questions off this topic?
No, it was very helpful. Actually, this last one I looked at reminded me of the house that I showed you last night. That's over in Eastlake, and it's like 1,000 or so square feet too. So the kind of the layout.
Yes,
So-
sir. Oh, you so crazy.
She said, "What's up with the right side?" It's a church. It looks like an old country church, and it's on it's on cinder blocks.
I don't know.
Yeah, they could have put some landscaping out there.
It look, the outside look like that the schoolhouse my mom and them went to. That's what
It does like a schoolhouse.
Yeah.
It's some,
Get that tip.
Go down and look
Window
at what it said.
panels.
Leasing scams.
are operating in this area. We don't list homes on Craigslist or Facebook any payment. This was Rentley.
Gotcha. Okay. They tried to like me. Is it a man? They could have went to the ground. I see what you're talking about now, Stone. All right. So that's how I would process the property. My option fee will probably be $2,500 for that area because I'm going to take the most qualified candidate versus the one with the most money. So we're finna go to the Harden deal. We're gonna watch the video first. And if you want to stop it at any point and comment about something, just let us know.
Mr. Garden.
This is the Baileys and Kevin's house. This is Graceways property over in Gardendale.
You wanna know when they check me out?
And that carpet old.
They got some good wood under there, I bet you.
Is it wood under the carpet, Lee?
Oh, no, we didn't pull it up. 'cause they-
We don't know, man. We never even looked. Be honest with you.
Gold, man.
No, they limited, now you can't be pulling that carpet.
Pause. All right, so I'm asking that they check to see if it's hardwood up under there. And Lee saying they living in it. Ashley saying you can't be pulling up their people's stuff. Let me ask anybody in here, where would you go to see if it's hardwood without pulling up the carpet? What's the most conspicuous, say the word?
Inconspicuous.
Inconspicuous place to go see if there's a glimmer of light?
The hallway?
A closet?
The
Oh.
vent, I would,
The
if the
vent.
vent,
The AC vent.
The
yeah,
vent.
if the vent is in the floor, I take the vent up.
Yes, that's the first place that I would go. Closet is a good one, Lee, but I would go to a vent first, pull a vent up, pull the carpet back a little bit, because that isn't normally tacked down around the vent. The vent usually holds the carpet down. And that, if I would look under there to see if I got hardwood, to not be pulling up carpet and stuff.
Okay.
All right. I'm looking for that gold, baby. Hardwood gold.
Hey Lee, and when you pull that carpet up, make sure you have gloves on when you check that. That carpet is terrible.
10-4.
Yes.
10-4. What are you doing?
So potential, okay.
We'll pause. Come on, Ingrid.
Okay, so I was gonna say potentially if there's hardwood, then the expense of having to replace the flooring goes away.
Not really
Nah,
away.
it don't
It
really
just
go
go
away.
down a little.
Yeah, it don't-
Okay.
It looks better
it just it gives you a better feel.
because you still gotta sand that
Yeah.
hardwood down. You gotta rent a sander. You're gonna use quite a bit of sandpaper
Yeah,
just to get it down, and then you gotta finish it.
yeah. So I'm not. My price really don't change. Just the quality of what I got changed.
Oh, got it.
Because if I got laminate, there's such a different quality than some fresh reef dead wood.
Would you think about putting laminate over
Yeah.
top of the hardwoods? If it's like, I mean, for durability type stuff, like if like people got pets and stuff like that, like for a rental property or something, or
If I got hardwood, I'm using hardwood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I may stain it a darker wood if
Mhm.
there's like spots on the floor after I sand it and there's like some tough spots. I would stain it really dark, almost like blackish dark,
Mhm.
so that way no one really sees the stains.
Agree.
all right. That's the kitchen. They got carpet in the kitchen, man.
Y'all just said the kitchen?
What?
Yeah.
Good Kevin stuff.
Look, this is a good house. Y'all got a good one.
Oh, y'all got this in the middle of the daytime season.
That's a huge word about to do
That was a while.
Mm-hmm.
it. To take
That'll work more.
Actually, once before you had said the popcorn on the ceiling that you wouldn't remove that. Is that a hazard?
No. That's label.
Now, what I would potentially do is that area where it's super noticeable that something's going on, I would probably scrape that area and respray it the right way.
And I would probably put crown molding
Mm.
more so where the tape at the edges were coming off. I would put
Yeah.
crown molding throughout and then caulk the crown molding. And that way you're fine with that.
Build a house on a pier.
All right.
All right. Talk to us, Lee. Or am I talking to you?
No, we can talk. I mean, what do you want to, the numbers?
What's your rehab budget right now?
The rehab budget is, we asked for 40, but we're looking for, thinking we can get it done for 25 to 30.
Okay.
You know, we pay 100 for it.
Okay.
It's comping out at, we got the appraisal back today for 215. And I'm thinking that like possibly like, you know, once we go in and do what you guys said do with the granite countertops and stuff, like at the 75%, I think, you know, on the refinance, we could possibly be maybe at the 220, maybe, you know, and the rents is like 1,300, something like that. For it.
I would be probably thinking higher.
Really?
See if it's some,
We could do some rental comps on it.
let's see if there's any rental comps.
What's wrong?
Okay. It'll still do it on everything, no matter how much we do it. Just stop at 15. That's before we walk in and leave off. It's not on your computer.
That's everyone. What's the address?
429 Hardin.
429. Yep.
This is a prime example. Don't use the Zestimates. Zestimate is 163. The house just appraised for 215. Don't use the Zestimate, young people. Just keep on. Yeah. Somewhere. What I normally do is just put the zip code. And see the rentals for that zip code. What I told her was what I normally do, I don't necessarily put an address in when I'm doing rental comps. I just put a zip code in. And I pull up kind of all the rentals in that zip code. That gives me a feel for kind of what's going on. How many square feet we got, Lee?
1,200.
Yeah, he's big out here. Man, he ain't got no good rental comps. 1150. What that?
Third one.
That's small, 3-1.
1,300. Well, it was 1,290.
Okay, 13. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a rental rehab. This will be a tough one. I would probably say
That's
probably what you said, Lee. 1350.
1,300. Yeah.
I would probably say around that range. but you don't have no, so you gotta kind of wait. What?
So like 16.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna look better than these.
Yeah, you'll look better than that. Now, even though they bigger, that's why you kind of maybe balance out because they bigger, you look better. You'll probably fall around that 1350 mark.
Yeah.
So what, at a lease option tenant, we call the shots, right? As far as what we want to sell it for, right?
Yep.
Where we going with it? What's the play on this, you think? If you had, it was a lease option. where
Do you
would
remember
put it?
what we told you we would do it for before you got your appraisal back?
Like 220.
I think that
Yeah,
was,
220.
that was the high end,
High
220.
end. If I'm not mistaken, I think I said we'll at least purchase it for probably 230.
That's what number I thought, 230.
That's probably my lease purchase number, about 230.
Option.
The lease option number is about 230. Look how ignorant looking.
Yo, this is crazy.
Talk to her.
It's crazy. I mean,
You look like your cousin right there.
it's crazy right now. It's, oh my God. It just,
So talk to us about, some of the rehab aesthetics, if you want to go through the pictures.
what?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can
Okay.
see.
Let's just go in there and do it.
I know, but this is,
Come on, we can go through the pictures and talk about it.
mhm.
When our assistant come back, she got a little excited about something else.
Oh,
We're going through the pictures.
Oh. The house, just trying to talk about what the rehab would look like.
I mean, just the broad strokes. We don't have,
Broad stroke, we're gonna
Mhm.
paint the outside.
Mhm.
Now I see why you was asking so many questions about the cedar. But remember, my cedar was not painted at all. I think this cedar like is painted red, if I'm not mistaken.
So you just put some
So you
prime on
might
top.
not have as much of an issue as I had because you have been painted before. So you might just can prime and paint versus what I had raw natural cedar that I was dealing with.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you might not be as bad, honestly. All right. Same with them handrails, because that's ugly right there.
Yeah, you build the porch with the handrails and
I would prefer to do, I like to do mine.
spindles.
I don't like the spindles for
He
real.
likes to go
I
across.
like the vertical look,
Yeah.
just updated.
what about this? What about this at the bottom? Would you,
Concrete.
the concrete?
It gets
I'll
painted.
paint it the same color as the red. It'll all be one color.
Yep. I would
Whatever color
probably
you
put
choose
some molding, and I don't know if it's called molding for the exterior
around the windows.
around the
Trim.
Right here.
between the difference between the
This part,
block and the wood.
like this,
That's how some of it is damaged.
like this.
So
Got it.
if
You would
this-
trim it out.
I would trim it out.
Okay, yeah, okay, I got you. Instead of trying to replace all the wood, just kind of trim it out and make it look good. I
Yes,
got
I get a thick
you. A
trim.
thick border trimmers.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, but same color. We had a hard time with colors when we first started, like because we see colors totally different. So I'm just telling you our dynamic.
Well,
Tell 'em
in
why.
South Florida, houses are yellow, blue, orange, green,
Tropical.
a lot of tropical colors. So we thought, that's how houses should look.
Yeah.
Not how houses look.
But
right here.
even from just the swab, it kind of can go sideways because you
Yeah,
think it
You-
looks
you
like
think
one
you
thing in
have
the
white,
store.
but it's really like blue.
Yeah,
baby blue?
like, so
We got bad
we
eyes.
just kind of, we not good with picking colors. So like right now I got a house up in the repaint because it look ugly. But
It does.
and it wasn't my fault. The contractor, he got the right paint color,
But the
wrong
wrong
name
brand.
brand.
Yeah.
So I told him to go and do it, just thinking that I could get away with it, but it is ugly.
It looks like it's not painted.
Oh, it
just
looks
like
dull and ugly. So I'm gonna probably end up repainting the right way.
So not to get too in the weeds, and y'all don't have to
We in the
answer.
weeds. We in the weeds. We in the weeds.
So do basic colors cheaper than if you decide with like a gray or a blue or whatever? Is like a white or off-white just cheaper than any of the other colors?
same price.
Darker is actually cheaper because you probably take less coats. Whenever you're going from dark to light, you're probably going to take more than one coat of paint. In fact,
But if we go from dark to dark, then
dark to dark is usually good. You can, like, if you go dark gray, you can probably do this in a primer and one good coat. But if you go this red to white, you probably got to do a primer and two coats.
Maybe 3.
So is the paint a different price? No. Well, you might need more of it.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm.
So color don't make the price difference.
Yes.
In the garage, I would paint the wall. I would dry lock the
The
walls.
ceilings are like so perfect in this garage. Like they ain't got extra wires hanging and crap. No, when I walked in,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I like painting the ceiling, but you don't have to. If I got like a day labor or something that needs something to do, I buy a gallon of paint and say, go in there and spray my ceilings for me. I just like the way it looks if I put color on. I like to paint the walls, just make it pop a little bit. Nothing special, nothing that you have to do, but I like the feel of it.
Don't
And
forget,
it's not that expensive.
don't forget the garage door motor.
Got a question here?
She was laughing at me.
All right.
All right, knock down these spindles. And
Paint that because they ain't falling.
Yeah, we're gonna paint all that.
Yeah.
I would ask my painter to scrape that section of the popcorn and redo it before he paints the ceiling.
You know what the little breakaway reminds me of?
Mm-mm.
It reminds me of a mobile home. Like why they
Yeah,
yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
yeah.
like I had to think about it again, like, is this the manufacturer home? But yeah, I probably would knock that whole little piece off. Because them little spindles, it can't be
Holding anything up.
doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I would knock that off. Redo my lightings, paint it, change the flooring out.
Yes, I will have the same flooring throughout.
So yeah, I would use tile from the kitchen to over there. Ideally, you can use laminate too, but if you use laminate, try to use a waterproof laminate since you're gonna lease option it, because you don't want to have to replace
It, yeah.
if water.
Like everybody else, we've been using the LVL planks. It just costs a little bit more, but they're a lot easier to install and they look better. But I do have a 99-cent laminate that I use from Floor and Decor that I have put in the kitchen, and it ain't waterproof, but it's actually a pretty good laminate. That if you don't just throw water and let it sit, it won't really affect it. And that's a whole lot cheaper than the LVL. But they might charge you more to put it in, so it's a balance in that.
I know how to put it in.
Mhm.
Good. Yeah.
Now look, what I am doing is I'm taking that little hut right there. I'm taking that off because that looks so 1960s.
Mhm.
So take that off, lightly sand the cabinets, paint it. We paint the insides too.
Yes. I will spray the inside
Have
also,
them spray the
not just the
inside.
outside.
Put some backsplash up, change out your countertop, stove. We don't even put a microwave in there. That's up to them to put. Yeah, unless you had a spot for it, you can actually make a spot over your
You
your
wouldn't do
stove.
that. Yeah, you can.
You can do it right there in your stove.
Don't even
area.
worry about that microwave.
But yeah, it's not a need.
I keep that dishwasher, I keep that refrigerator.
Take out this stove.
I
They-
ain't taking
But
that.
potentially, we could put a space for the microwave for the person who's coming, but just not supply the microwave. That's what you're
you
saying?
won't do all that.
I ain't even gonna
Nope.
do all that.
Don't do all that.
They'll
Okay.
figure it out. They'll get a little baker's rack and they'll put their microwave on it. And
That'd be good.
Is it good?
I
I
would,
probably won't do a hood because there's cabinets right there.
I
Yeah.
would say that's maybe one nugget also to put in the training, because like retail wise, if you was really flipping it, you probably gotta make a microwave. If you do it with a retail buyer, because when they go into other flip properties
And they see this nice
and they see this nice microwave, they want that. If
Right.
your property don't got it, they kind of looking sideways. So that might be another one to add to the training, to say of things that we don't do that get the same. The appraiser ain't gonna come in here and say this ain't got no microwave. I'm gonna
They don't- They don't care.
They're not gonna care. That's it?
Mhm.
Okay.
It was some, I guess the rest of it was videos.
Video.
Yeah, I didn't send all the pictures, like bathroom stuff like that. I just sent a few.
I would keep that kit in that back bathroom though. I wouldn't take it out. If it's one or two bathrooms, Lee.
Two.
I would probably do tile in the other bathroom and keep that shower kit in one. Just to make the numbers.
Lee, what did
If you want to save on budget. Now in this situation, I think you got a whole lot of room to budget, do what you want to do with it, but it's up to you for real.
Lee, what did we say about that closet that had the washer and dryer when you first walked through the door?
We thought about relocating it to
Put there, nothing.
yeah, nothing. I thought we just talked about maybe just running the pipe downstairs so the wash and dry was downstairs or something, because it was
I would do
front
that.
door.
You got a huge base,
Yeah.
base down there. Like you got ample room for
Yeah.
the washer and dryer to be down there.
Yeah.
because I mean it was like immediately when you walked into the side door, there was a wash and dryer right there. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I would adjust that.
Yeah, I'll probably open up that little closet area and make it just be a one wall, not a little closet. I couldn't remember if I said put something on.
Shit, or a coat closet, you know,
Closet, that'll work.
a coat closet,
Oh,
walking into the
mudroom,
side,
like a
yeah,
mudroom?
like yeah, something walking to the side or something. I don't know. So, wow.
What's wrong with it?
I ain't nothing, man. You want to talk about the numbers?
Let's talk about the numbers. All right, so with the hard money that we got right now, with the house appraising for, Lee got approved for 65% of the ARV, purchase and rehab. That's what he got pre-approved for. He didn't get 70% because he only had one deal under his belt. We had one deal under our belt that we provided proof for. So he got 65% of ARV at 100% financing. So if 215 times 65%, that's 139. Minus we got $100,000 purchase price. How much that the rehab was?
25 to 30.
We asked for 40. We asked for 40.
You asked for 40.
Yeah.
So basically, what you're going to have to bring to closing is 2 points and closing costs to be in this deal. So we're talking
4,300.
2,800 plus you probably got about 2,000 lawyer fees and whatever.
How much is it?
plus about 1,500, so
Yeah, 48.
so I would estimate you gotta bring about $6,000 or $7,000 to get into this deal.
Unless you take some off the
Unless you take some off the rehab,
off
so
the scope of
off
work.
the scope of work. So if you can't kind of too late now, if you did 40, but if your rehab was 30 or 35, then you could have used that extra change for the closing. So, I mean, I in my opinion, I think you still in a hell of a position to say, I'm finna invest 7,000, 8,000 up front. I mean, you got some interest payments that you gotta calculate, but to get into the deal, 7,000, 8,000 to potentially make, what we said last time? I mean, we have 230 minus 140, what we in minus, I mean, 70, 80,000 maybe? With a little hard work.
Wow.
I mean, and that's one deal.
Can you explain? So like, so listen, we asked for the 140, right?
Mhm.
So what they give us? The 250. They gave us 250, right? So what is that about? You know?
What you mean?
Well, I mean I looked at the letter and it was like there was 250 line there of credit.
Okay, so
Okay.
So at least talking about is his pre-approval letter. When he got pre-approved, he got a letter that said, hey, we looked at your financials and we think you can afford a house or loan of $250,000. What that was really saying is you can do potentially 2 loans up to 250 or 1 loan up to 250. So right now you got one house,
Which would be
which would be
140,
140. So you can
potentially come back in
and do
a month or
another
two.
110. If you got a 110 type house, like that's kind of what it went. Like 240 doesn't mean that they're gonna give you 240, 250. It just means that if you find a house up to this amount, we are good with it.
Based on your experience level.
Yeah.
Now, does that mean concurrent or once the other one's done?
No, it can be, typically it's concurrent. Like with one of my lenders, I had like 1.2 out at all times, like between loans. So
you'd be like, what?
Because we got another one. We have another one.
Oh, I knew it was going somewhere.
Yeah, so yeah, we got another one. So
this is the beauty.
Yeah, so listen, we got another one right now where we I think we get into that. We was gonna do owner financing at 50,000, but because the guy is older or whatever, and he's a lot of health problems and stuff, so we trying to offer him. He wants the money up front now because he's like he don't know how long they're gonna be here and stuff like that. So I think we got him down to 45, right? And we got it pegged out like far as the offer of like 115 to 120, and we walked in it, and it probably needs about 10 grand in work. That,
if even,
if that even, So we got another one, but see, we thought we was gonna get it doing it the Denmark's way with creative financing and doing owner financing, but he decided he's like, yo, I just don't. We need the money right now because his wife, she fell, hit her head and stuff like that. So they need the money right now, right? So my question is, so like we got Hardin budgeted for the 140. The bread that's left in the basket, could we use that for this other property? Or no?
Potentially, but keep in mind, hard money loans don't go on your credit. So we can go to another lender. We ain't even gotta tell them about hard.
They won't even.
They don't even know about that house.
No one has to know.
To say, hey, we got another deal. Now your terms won't be as good because that's kind of the best lender for low experience.
Yeah, but why would we do that if we've got surplus for the first lender?
Because it's your first deal and they might want to see you perform first.
Hmm.
Might. Now we can go back to them and say, hey, we got another deal. Now they're gonna want more money.
In the bank.
If they're going to do 2 deals at the same time, they're gonna want some more
Oh.
money in the bank. But in my experience, it's a whole lot easier to just show them that bank statement we had and go to a different lender. They're gonna be like, yes, they don't really know his money coming out or whatever. So that's, and you're in a, say that word again, peculiar. What's that word? Peculiar set for Miss Ingrid.
Peculiar. Mhm.
Situation to where if you had a lot of experience, it'll be easy to find another lender.
Okay, so basically the first lender, there are some contingencies if we were to try to get a second property added. Okay, that makes sense.
They're gonna want more money in the bank.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You gotta get some more money in the bank.
Yes, so they will want some more money in the bank. But if it was me, like let's say right now I got 3 properties under contract, I'll probably use 3 different hard money lenders.
Mm.
Just because I'm using the same funds in the bank for all 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though, Antonio, I'm looking that way, but it's like they don't want to lend under 75. You know, we don't need 75 for this property. We need like 60K and, you know, buy and rehab. You know, so that's what we're running into right now.
It's a tough market, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a tough market. At that number, it's tough.
But you
I
might
got
have
one
to
guy.
increase. You might have to increase your scope of work
Yes.
so that you make it.
Or you might increase the purchase price so you make the loan higher. So what you say the R was?
We got it pegged out for 110, 115.
But that appraisal could come back higher too, right?
Or lower. It could be. Right.
So
It
at
could.
115, I did 70%. That's 80,000. Yeah, you're gonna be under 75 because you gotta put a down payment. So that's gonna take you under 75. And it's not that they won't do under 75, it's just a case-by-case situation. But you're not far off though. So if let's say it comes, that's why I always say if you ever ask me what's my buying box, it's usually 125 or higher. Because at 125, if I did 70% what the max they'll lend minus a 10% or 15% down payment,
10% of 8.
I'm at 78,000. I'm above that 75,000 threshold. And most of my people saying either I'm getting 10% down or 100% financing at 70%. So 120, 125 is where I normally start to look at property. So if you ever notice, the properties I post in the group are properties that are under that value. Because off the top, there is no real reason for me to dive into them because I have no funding for them. But somebody like my guy, Mr. BJ, he goes conventional and he can get the deal. So it works out for him.
And that goes to what Christopher said. Lee, don't forget. Mr. Toot said, don't forget collaboration.
So if I'm you, I'm gonna come to this group and say, you know, I'm telling you how I operate. I operate I operate like Ramon because I get it from him. I'm gonna come to the group and say, I got a deal for 60,000. 70,000. Anybody want to partner on it?
All right, okay, all right. That's you know, Kevin said that last night before we left out of the building. Kevin was like, yo, let's give it to the group for collaboration. He said that last night.
See, I'm so like before there was a group, I'm gonna go to Facebook and just say it.
Yeah.
And people, and they're gonna be like, what are you doing? Like, don't do that. But people be inboxing like, what you talking about? What you got going on? What you need? What's the numbers? You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be surprised, like some people who will reach out and be like,
the oddest.
give me some more information on that.
Hey Kevin, how much land is that on that property?
1.5 acre.
1.5 acre. Yep, it's God damn, we want that one.
Oh, we gonna get that one tomorrow.
Okay.
So it's good. That was a great point, Chris, that you made. Is don't walk away whatever you do because the lender's not there. I'm just telling you how I think. Like Ramon, I don't know. We think alike even before we met each other. But I'm gonna say, see, anybody here got some good credit we might can partner with that can go conventional, and we'll put 20% down to take it down and do what we do and refinance on it and even sell it or do something. But for that type of deal, you got to go conventional.
All right, so
how much were rents in the area, Lee?
The rent saying we can get 1,200 for it. You know.
What I do something like this is how I think. I do something like, all right, somebody else is bankable. They got a W-2, they got pretty good credit, DTI line. All right, let's get the house in your name. I want to rent it for long term, but you just want some quick cash. Let's get the house in your name. Let's do what we do. I'm gonna refinance the property, because we can put it in the LLC and make some things happen, and I give you the option fee for putting it in your name temporarily, or putting it in our LLC. And we'll create an LLC together to where you're majority owner. They're not gonna ask for my information because you're majority. But then when we go to refinance,
But the dividends are split.
yeah, but the dividend split will be different. Now we go to refinance, I give you the option fee, 2,500, 5,000. I mean, if it's anybody in the group and I got good credit and I ain't got no deal in the pipeline, so why not make a couple dollars? Or they might even counter you and say, I want to stay in the deal. I want to put that, you know what I'm saying? So you just gotta open, like, it sounds crazy, but man, I did one deal with two people, and I didn't know neither one of them. I didn't know them for real. I went to one person, and he like, you know what?
I got a friend.
I might could do something too. So I'm like, shit, go check them out. So they end up putting their money together. We end up doing a deal. They made 20,000. I got the house after the refinance, and it was all good. So, but it's just opening your mouth and asking and communicating and making enough connections in that room that when you post something like that, people feel comfortable with saying, I'm interested. I'm in. You'll be surprised. Somebody in this group might say, I'm in. What kind of money are we looking at making? What you can bring to the table, what I can bring to the table.
You know, and that's why I asked Kevin last night when he said that. And, you know, I thought about, so, you know, and I think about the things that you guys say too. Say, look, you're not supposed to use none of your own money to make these deals happen, right? And so then I'm like, so when Kevin was like, you know, let's collaborate, I'm like, okay, and what the hell we bringing to the table? He was like, the damn house, right? So I'm just like, you got a point. You got a point. You got a point. So I'm just like, I'm thinking, I didn't get no sleep last night because I'm sitting back thinking, how would you structure something like that? You know what I'm saying? You know, so I don't know. I mean, we offering lease option on everybody we talk to now. It's like, yo, and subject twos, yo, we not. It's like, yo, we don't need no money no more to buy no houses. And it's like, Kevin is like, look, are you open to subject to? Are
I
you
don't
willing
sound
to
like
read
that, man.
That was good, Lee. That was good.
Oh my God, man. I'm sorry. Oh, we done took up everybody's
Yes,
time. I'm sorry.
yes.
We done took up everybody's time. I'm sorry.
Anything else? We have
I'm sorry. I'm just
designated
being,
time with
I'm
them.
sorry. Like we was one-on-one with them. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all.
You're all right. You're all right.
I think it's really important for you guys to have strategy sessions together, Ingrid, Lee, and Kevin, so that you can bounce off ideas with each other to help outline it and kind of get different feels for different scenarios. That's one of the things that Antonio does all the time. He's like, well, what do you think about this? Well, what do you think about that? So like setting up a time where you guys can hop on Zoom or FaceTime and just let everything that's in your head, just let's let it out. And then try to pick it up and put the pieces together while you're on there. And I think you'll get closer to your goal. And yes, whenever we talk to a seller, we offering them subject to lease option, or lease purchase, owner finance,
Whatever make them feel a little better. Whatever to get the deal done, we offer.
pay off your credit cards, like whatever you need. Whatever you need, if it'll work. So yes, use all your tools.
Miss Shaq says, who forms those JVs? Who lays out the parties and their contributions and profit? You do.
You do.
You do. Now, how it typically works is somebody's going to put an offer out. Now, if you accept that offer, it's on you. But you can always counter that offer.
Yes.
You put it out there, and I always leave the window open. If this don't work for you, tell me something that do.
Help us get closer to
Make me say no about it. I'm going to try and form it to where it's a win-win situation from the beginning. But if you see it from a different lens as a win-win, put it out there and let me see if it's a win-win. So the parties form that. Those are just communications. Now you can go to a lawyer to put everything on paper once it's ironed out.
But it's important to get it ironed out verbally first.
Like when early on, like this is just experience talking. If we doing a deal, we can do 50-50. I put half the money, you put half the money. But as I did more deals, I ain't putting no money, bro. You want to be a part of, you can put the money in, but I ain't putting none of my money in. And people put the money in. So there is no wrong way.
No.
It's just whatever works for both parties. You muted.
Okay, how you feel about okay, say you got the property, you got it at a good price, and then you go to somebody and ask for the rehab costs. I mean, how would you structure something like that? I mean, and y'all partner up.
However you get done, like
I tell them the situation I got.
However,
anybody that's looking to maybe manage the rehab or bring funds for the rehab?
Whatever floats their boat. And we go from there. If they bring the rehab and you proposing, all right, you brought the rehab, we'll do, what's that, 60-40 or 55-45. They're like, nah, I want 50-50. It's up to you to say no.
Mm-hmm. And then at that point, it becomes one of those things. Would you just rather walk away?
Yeah, you rather walk away? I'll take 50-50. It's your choice.
50-50.
At that point. So this is what I would potentially propose, Lee. I would go back to him because I know he was open to owner finance, but changed his mind. This is what I would probably do. I would go back to him and I would probably say, let's do a lease option for 6 months. Give me 6 months. Then I would come to the group and I would say, I need $15,000 to $20,000 to help rehab this house. And we're gonna flip it. We'll pay him his 45, we'll pay you back your 15, whatever it took to rehab it, and we'll split the profit. So a lot of times, if you see me do a flip, that means the partnership kind of dictated a flip. I don't flip just to flip, but sometimes a partnership will dictate we can't refinance on it for real. We just gotta get in and get out. So let's flip it. If that's how we gotta make some money, we'll make some money.
But we gonna make some money.
But we're gonna make some money. We're gonna do something to make some money. Now, what that split look like, that's between
Both parties.
both parties. Gotta get creative. Scroll down some line, make sure nobody else see. I think you might have a partner in Crystal because see, if you post him, he's scratching his chin on you. See, he might
Wink, wink.
wink, wink. You know what I mean? You know, you might have a partner in Crystal over there. He might have some coins.
I pegged it out. It's a good cash flowing property if it's a rental. You know, and you know, for if we, you know, the price that we can get it at and the price, the rehab that it would cost us to make it into a rental, we still on the refi at the 75, we still gonna be under like maybe 15 grand, you know, that we can take to the bank, you know, plus the cash flow at 1,200. So it's, you know, it sounds good. You know, we just like, we got everything. We don't mess with our money. We mess with graphene money that we've been dumping money into for these situations, you know, and so we got everything we had, which is from graphene tied up to this hardened property right now and banking on reserves and stuff. And so I'm just, you know, I don't want to jump out the window and get too like that and be stuck, you know what I mean? And we ain't did the first one yet.
You can do that, and I think these will help think outside the box when you're not on the call with us. You can even say, all right, hey, give me 15,000, I give you 20-30% back. Whatever that number looks like. That way you're not necessarily splitting your profit, you're giving them some money. You know what I'm saying? So it's still a win-win. Especially if it's somebody who already borrowed some money, they ain't even giving you they ain't giving you their money anyway. They just gonna make money off somebody else now. And you still got Harden going. So some people winking in the group. That's all I'm saying.
Like we got some deals over here.
Yeah. You muted, Lee.
Ingrid trying to tell me leave y'all alone, and I'm trying. Yo, I can't stop talking about real estate. I swear to God. I mean, I just I'm sorry. I'm gonna let y'all go though, man. I'm sorry.
Megan got on late. Stone got on late. Anything that y'all want to talk about? You just said, "Let me get my money right, Lee." Look, it can. That's what we like. That's why we're doing this. That's why I'm throwing out scenarios. That's why because we can make things happen in this group. Like I was riding today and I ain't said this to her yet.
But you see, I'm looking.
I'm gonna put a number on us, man. We need to do 100 deals in this group next year. We do 100. This group need to do 100 deals next year.
That means he need to do 50.
And my goal is to probably do 50 on.
Is that wholesaling and flips or?
I'm talking about full.
Okay.
We need to be able to say we touched 100 properties in this group.
You know, 52 weeks it is.
Whether we sold them, whether we ex-flipped them, we be able to say we got 100 HUDs to where it's in this group. Everybody got to do their part to make it happen.
I'm gonna say one last thing, then I'm done. I'm gonna say one last thing, then I'm done. And then I'm done. Then I'm done. I swear I'm done. So I was sitting outside earlier, like I normally do, having a little drink or whatever, and just putting the day back together. And so it hit me, right? It was like, so with the group, I was like, so if, you know, somebody picked up like, say, 10 acres of land, right? And then I thought about, so ground floor are doing new build loans, for new bills, right? So I'm like, so what if everybody in the damn group just get a loan for a new bill and build a community and do it your way by way of lease option and build communities. So basically all you really need is 20 acres of land to touch what you just said that you wanted to do. 100 properties, pretty much, because you can get 4 properties on an acre of land. You know what I mean? So that's what I was thinking about earlier. I was like, wow. So I mean, it's out there, and they lending money out here for new bills, and I don't think it needs to be like in these, in the city. It's on these other spots like Childersburg areas and stuff like that, where you can build these little cookie cutters house for like $100,000 and sell it for $250, on the back end. And this, you're right. I can see it happening if we all do it together.
Gotta do it together.
You're right.
And honestly, that's exactly what Mary Wright is trying to do in so many words. Like, she's trying to build townhouses, and lease option them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do it in the city, which costs a little bit more, but let's get in them rural areas and USDA that thing and no money down.
And what do you call it? What do you call it when the foundation that governs it? What do you call it?
Oh, the HOA?
Yeah, and then you HOA it, so then you stay in the pockets of everybody who still lives in there and keep the community straight the whole time, so that there's no bullshit.
Sound good to me.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's how you do it after you sell them and property manage them at the same time. So the money keeps coming from everywhere, even after you sell it. So this is what I was thinking about. It's crazy.
All right, I'll go find us 20 acres next week.
All right, y'all. I'm through. All right. Okay, man.
Mega Stone, anything? I know that y'all came on late. Anything y'all want to say? You don't have to. I don't want you to feel pressure. But I do want to give you the opportunity. If anybody else has something to say, let us know. I know we talk a lot with Ingrid and BJ, but if you got to get I'm telling y'all now, we got more students coming. We just had a class. We got more students coming. I'm telling you. So if you got questions, if you got things that you want to talk about, get in the habit of sending them questions in through email.
Or even just posting it in
I posted it in the group.
Hey y'all, can y'all hear me?
We can. Hey girl.
Yeah, so no pressure first and foremost, no pressure. But I just wanted to just hop on and just say I appreciate the insight, I appreciate the knowledge always. And for me, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, it's been a little chaotic. It's been so chaotic just with my current business. It's like every day I get like 2 more referrals. And so now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, I just need to start a team so I can just pass them off, give them this, and then I can move on. Because literally, y'all, today, I ain't gonna lie, it's some people out there that really, they don't have all their marbles. It's some people out there that don't have their marbles. And some days I'll be like, man, I really love people. And some days I'll be like, they gonna bring the West Side out of me. So today was one of them days, but
it's a battle. When you a people person, it's a battle.
Man, y'all went above and beyond trying to help this man. Then already got his earnings money back. He's snapping, going off, going crazy.
But I will say, make sure the home is right before you try to build another.
Yes.
Exactly. And that's what I know. And that's why I'm like, for me, that's why I haven't been on as much, because I've been so overwhelmed with this and just, getting my systems in place for this and my leverage in place for what I already do. Because in order for me to fully step away from this and be able to fully focus on that, I got to create the systems. I got to create the leverage. So that's kind of been my main focus. So that like first of the year, boom, because I already got so many people that are like, Megan, I'll be on your team. I'll be on your team. I'm like, dang, let me get it together. So, so that's kind of been my focus, and just kind of putting that on autopilot as much as I can. And then that way I can work with it. But at the same time, I got my investors that I was telling you about from Israel. He actually coming here in December. So I'm finally getting to meet him in person. But I seen one of the accounts, and one of the accounts had a meal in it. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be good. But it's been hard just finding like the right deals. You know what I mean? Ones that I know, okay, for certain, one of my buyers, we get this. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the filter that I run it through, because I work with so many buyers that I'm like, all right, if one of my buyers is willing to get it, anybody gonna get it. Because I got people in every sort of circumstance. So if one of them gonna get it, then I feel like it's a good one. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. That's kind of what's been going on. I had like 3 people reach out to me about y'all. 3 people. So I said nothing but good things. But
thank you, man.
But literally all professionals, all like, what I'm saying, well in their business. So but I was honest, and I was like, they was like, so was it worth it? That was pretty much what everybody said. That was like, okay, so was it worth it? And I was like, 100%, best money I ever spent, real talk. And they was like, I knew you would tell me the truth, Meg. I know you was gonna tell me the truth. I was like, 100%. Feel like I learned so much. And even now when I evaluate deals, even with my investors, now I'm at a point now with my investors, I'm bringing in another agent to help me with them, so that, because I can't do all that. I can't. So bringing him in, it's been super beneficial too, just to be able to kind of do that, running around and pulling the numbers and that sort of thing. But yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, my biggest thing is buttoning this up so that I can create my systems and my leverage within this. And then from there, I can have that time to focus on everything else. So.
Like we understand that it's a lot of information that y'all get.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a lot. So like we're not the type of people that just expect you to take it and just totally run up the wall. Like you gotta process this stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So, but I've been practicing it. That's good. I'm like, I know my MAOs out at the gate, up top.
Let's go.
That's good.
I'm like, when it comes to like the formulas and whatnot, like I'm practicing them on my investors heavily. So now it's like with, I'm being able to put it in action within that realm without me, fully stepping away from this realm yet. So that's kind of what it is. But
I would still say that you are doing it, man. You know what I'm saying? It might not be your money.
Yeah, for sure.
You're looking for properties, you're analyzing properties. You're still doing it for real. So I would still say that you are putting it to use.
I think
you absolutely
treat last night, Meg, that would really tie in some pieces to your puzzle. Mm-hmm. So when we get that video replay, we'll make sure we send it to you.
Yeah, y'all, I ain't gonna lie. I finished my last showing at like 8:00. At like 8:00.
Y'all gotta. I'm telling you.
The only reason why I was out there is because I was like, first of all, I was already done. So I was like, oh, bet I'm about to be done. I'm finna type up this. I'm finna take care of this. But I felt like, okay, when we talked about it, then I didn't kiki with the agent for a good 30 minutes. I got it wrapped up. I'm like, oh, I'm finna get this offer accepted 100%. I'm not even worried about it. So I'm like, it fit everything she's looking for. That's the only reason why I'm finna go out here. I'm like, let's wrap it up tonight so that's nobody come in tomorrow. Totally and so I went back out and I showed it. We get there. She said, is it bad that I don't feel it? I said, oh my God. Is it bad that it just doesn't speak to me?
You gotta be speaking close to you. What's wrong with you?
It checks. I said, for me, sis, I said, I'm not gonna lie to you. I said, you're the one living here. So at the end of the day, you got to pay the mortgage, not me. So if you don't love it, it is what it is. I said, but as far as everything that's on your list, check. So, that's just what it is. But I said, it's all good. But we ain't finna stay here no more. We got to go.
Stone, anything you want to say? If not, we good. I sent y'all a message. Y'all ain't write me back.
Yes,
yet,
they did. They said Stone is in the chat.
Oh,
what message? I ain't seen no message.
He said that.
I was talking to Stone.
Oh, okay.
All right. Did y'all want to say anything, Stone? Any questions real quick? I know we don't went overtime again, but
The stones have entered the chat.
all right, my bad.
Well, I
Man,
appreciate
thanks for
y'all
sharing,
again.
babes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Anybody else? We can get up out of here. See y'all Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday.
See y'all Sunday. Have you shared last week to review?
I don't know.
We're gonna share last week class so you can go and review.
Yes.
So you'll be ready for your cahoots on Sunday.
On Sunday.
I understand we're gonna do a cahoots. Just come on with your cahoots ready. Come on and get ready.
Don't try to
even
delay
try
it.
to wait and put Ingrid and Lee on the same line. Just know you need your own stuff, Mr. Mrs. Thomas. So that's just how it's gonna roll.
The stones.
So you need to review that class. Go back and review that class so you can see can you win. I'm gonna start putting some money on this thing, some prizes.
Jennifer and
on it.
Marquise. We're
And
gonna
see
make sure
Ingrid.
we name all the
Jennifer
couples so they don't
Marquise,
need
yeah,
to-
make all the couples.
Kevin said he gotta do it by himself.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that right, Kevin?
It's the only way to roll.
Thank y'all very much. If you got anything, just utilize the chat a lot more. Ask your
Yes.
questions.
Yes.
Put your stuff in there. We're in there. We're a lot faster to that than a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, because our meetings these days have
Yes.
started to like really creep up.
It is. So it's a whole lot easier for us. We can be in a meeting and answer your question
Yes.
instead of trying to find time in the schedule to talk or answer a question.
Yes.
When you drop it in the group, it's a whole lot easier to go to the bathroom and answer it.
Or send the yes and
or
answer.
send the yes and
yes.
say, hey, you seen that? Answer that for me. Or one of us could be free. So let's utilize the group a little bit more. Thank you for everything. Thank you for coming. Have a great X flipping day.
Thanks, guys. Bye, you guys. Thank you.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Bye.